be sparking and rushing, man, like inside the dark. Call me Bill Snatcher, just the brother for the rapture. I hang live, holding on strong, hard to capture, extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifested. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my sacred life.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explained here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations, the anime. And now that we are getting into the Chunin exams of the anime, and we're going to be adapting the last manga chapter that the anime is going to be doing, which is going to be the chapter where the 5 Kage ask Naruto, and I'm saying 5 Kage as a formative title. So the Kage asks Naruto, can you destroy Boruto if Boruto becomes a full-blooded Otsutsuki? Is that something you're prepared to do if it looks like Boruto can't be saved? And we're going to transition over to the Chunin exams. And I've seen people say, what's going to happen with Boruto? Can Boruto be allowed to take the exams? Why is Boruto there? And I want to address all that. And I am going to go out on a limb and say I do think that Boruto at some point is going to get disqualified. And the reason why I think that this is the case is this Chunin exams is specifically meant to restore faith in the public, and not just Naruto's Hokage, but just in the ninja system in general. It's meant as a way to also allow the 5 Kage to buy time to discuss what it is they're going to do about Boruto. And I do think this is one of those times where we're going to see information from one of the OVAs actually applied to the Boruto anime. So as you guys know, I'm not a big fan of the Naruto and Naruto Shippuden filler. Quite frankly, I don't know what happens in 90% of the filler that happens in either anime. And when it gets into the OVAs, unless it's something that Masashi Kishimoto was involved in, like the Ninja Escapades OVA, I have no idea what it is that's going to happen in any of those OVAs. However, one of you guys brought something to my attention, which is in the Blood Prison movie OVA, there was a Chunin exams where Naruto versus Konohamaru took place. And in that OVA, Naruto's fighting against Konohamaru. Konohamaru's doing pretty damn good against him. And then Naruto went into Sage Mode, and it gets revealed that Sage Mode was an automatic disqualifier. So the reason why I think that this is going to apply to Boruto is that while Boruto doesn't have Sage Mode, he does have the Karma Seal, and I do think that there is the possibility that they are going to prevent Boruto from being able to use his Karma Seal in any type of way. While that is part of his arsenal, the fact that it is something that is Otsutsuki clan related, the fact that Boruto does not have full control over it, I think that that is going to be something to where the moment that Boruto activates Karma, Boruto is going to be disqualified. That's assuming that Boruto actually makes it to his matchup in the Chunin exams. I personally think that that is going to be something that does work right there, that Boruto is going to be able to go through the examination process, simply for the fact that we know that Boruto is absolutely terrified of his Karma Seal. And I think these Chunin exams would be a really good way of kind of playing up Boruto's internal conflict, of just showing that he's got this power, he's scared of using it, he's being mindful of his chakra reserves, is changing the way that he's fighting, because the moment that he gets too low on chakra, Momoshiki can take over his consciousness. And so I think that this is something when it comes to conflict, just as the first Chunin exams allows you to go through the exams and you see Boruto's moral conflict, where Boruto is struggling internally with wanting to impress his father and get his father's attention to a point where he's resorting towards using ninja tech. This is a good supplement for that conflict there, to where now Boruto, because of the Karma Seal and the dangers that it presents and the fact that he doesn't have full mastery of it, Boruto is a completely different conflict, and that's going to be his anchor going through the exams. I think that that works, and I do think that given somebody like Boruto something like that to struggle with, Boruto accidentally using his Karma Seal is something that I do believe allowing him to get disqualified for this manner is going to be something that does a lot for his character, and that kind of sets the stage for the huge plot twist that takes place later on in the manga in regards to members of Team 7. This would better explain why what happens with Team 7 actually takes place. So I think that that could be the connective tissue right there. We have to remember that the current writer for the Boruto anime, when he does these transition arcs and these anime original arcs, he has a pattern of using these arcs as a way to connect to stuff that happens in the manga. And I do believe that this Chunin exams is directly meant to, number one, give a cover for Naruto and the 5 Kage to begin looking for the outer members, which we know that Sai and the Anbu are looking for the outer members and rounding them up during this time. But also, I believe that this is a opportunity to start segueing over to the fate of Boruto on Team 7. I think that this Chunin exams is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back, and I think that Naruto and the other Kage being there, the Kage are going to force Naruto's hand with these Chunin exams. I really feel like the final reason we have these exams is the Kage are specifically looking to see how much control Boruto has over this karma seal. I think that that's it right there, and this would explain why Naruto is so hands-on with Boruto's training in the manga. This really explains a lot right here, and if this ends up being the case and the anime writer is using this as a way to connect towards the events of Boruto chapter 58, this is going to be a very important anime original arc. I'm not going to go as far as to say that this might be a car actuation arc type of thing. I would be really happy if this is a better written car actuation arc, but I do think that all this is going to be used to tie into all of that and ultimately set up the fate of Team 7. And I kind of feel like this is going to mirror the first Chunin exams, where people like Inojin are going to be reduced to jobbers. I think Sarada is going to do very well. However, I do think that we're going to be in a situation where, just like with Sarada last time, she's going to impress, but because of what happens with Team 7, she's not going to get that Chunin promotion. I think that that's more so where we're angling right there. I think that Boruto is going to mess things up for his team, even though these are going to be individual examinations given the circumstances around Boruto. I do feel like that's more so where they're angling at right here. And moving it a step further, I think that the irony in all of this is if you have Boruto versus Shinki and that ends up being a rematch, and instead of Boruto resorting to using the scientific ninja weapon tool, if Boruto's fighting Shinki and it's a relatively close battle and he gets pushed to his limits and he ends up using his karma seal, I think that that could be something to where Boruto gets disqualified just like how he did against Shinki in the first time, only the circumstances end up being different this time around. I think that that'd be pretty poetic right there. However, I want to know from you guys, do you guys believe that they're going to incorporate that, what I consider to be filler from that OVA that was with the Blood Prison movie? Do you think they're going to incorporate the rules from that OVA? Let me know down in the comment section below, and let me know, do you think Boruto should be allowed to use karma since it is part of his body and it is part of Boruto's fighting style now? Should Boruto be allowed to use it since it is technically an extension of himself, or is that too unfair of an advantage? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.